Hey guys, this is Mike from B-Tech Reviews here, and today we're going to go ahead and Geekbench for the Umidigi A3 Pro. Now this is a new series of mine, so if you guys aren't familiar with it, go ahead and check out my first video on the Moto G7. I'll go ahead and put a link to that. Now, anywho, this is the Umidigi A3 Pro, and I wanted to do a Geekbench test on it so that you guys could see what this scores and ranks among the other phones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up the app, which is again Geekbench 4. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and run the test. So let's go ahead and open up the app. And just so you guys are aware, let's go ahead and make sure that there's no other apps open. So I do have a few other apps here that you can see. I'm going to go ahead and clear everything out so it does not affect the performance of the actual device. So again, I do have a live wallpaper running in the background. I don't know if that's going to affect this or not. But let's go ahead and open up the app here. Figure out what's going on with my brightness here. But again, this phone is running on Android 8.1, and excuse the graininess of this right now. I am actually shooting this on the Moto G7. Let's go ahead and just get some specs here from the device really quick. Again, this is running Android 8.1. It is running off of 3 gigs of RAM, although it only says 2.79, running off a ARM or MediaTek 6739 processor. GPU is IMG 8XE, and again, this is 294 ppi as far as the screen resolution. So screen doesn't look bad, but let's go ahead and start the test. So how we do this test again is I'm going to go ahead and run the test, and I'm going to go ahead and start a timer. So let me go ahead and open up the stopwatch here. See if I can focus over here really quick. We're going to go ahead and start that. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing on the screen. If you can't, don't worry about it. Let me see if I can lower the brightness on here a little bit. Just a smidge. Here we go. I'm messing with my settings. All right, we're going to run this on 3, 2. Okay, I started the test a little earlier. That's all right. We'll subtract 2 seconds on this. Let's go ahead and focus there, as you can see that. But again, guys, this is a pretty decent budget phone that I bought a couple months back. And surprisingly, I've been kind of shocked on how this specific phone performs. Out of the gate, obviously, it's got a very decent build quality. It has a glass back. This phone actually has a fingerprint sensor on the back, which, for a phone that's under $100, it's kind of a rare thing to find a phone under $100 that does have a fingerprint sensor. Well, yes and no, but one that actually works okay. This fingerprint sensor is decent. Cool thing about this phone is it actually comes with a case already out of the box. So, okay, again, it's running the test here, and I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead. So right now we're hitting about a minute, and again, we're gonna go ahead and skip ahead. All right, we just cleared the 50% mark, and we are at about 4.5 minutes here, guys. Again, it's running some basic tests, again, running SQ Lite, and again, this thing is basically putting the thing through the test and seeing how it stacks up against other devices. So, again, let's go ahead and skip ahead towards the end, guys. Alright, we just hit the finish of this, and it stopped at about under 8 minutes, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this. I want to say 7:55 is the actual amount or whatever that it took for this to actually finish the Geekbench score. So relatively long time in my opinion. I think anything past 5 minutes is pretty long in general. But let's go ahead and take a look at the actual score here. So let's see if my camera doesn't flip out over here. Whoa, okay, mess with the tripod. Okay, so again, this thing single core wise scored a 584, and multi-core scored a 1710. So really, in all honesty, that's not a very good score at all, guys. Again, this is a budget phone, but I didn't even think that this was going to score as low as it is right now currently. So let's just go through it really quick. System information. Again, it's running Android 8.1. It's a quad-core processor. Let's see, ARM implementer. Base frequency is 1.5 gigahertz. So I'm gonna just move this up as as I go along here, as I'm reading through it. But again, floating point score 349. It just it's gonna give you a bunch of different scores. Memory score 828. But again, for the most part, the single core score did pretty bad actually. Multi-core score is going to be a 1710. So let's look at that really quick and see where it ranks up again. So 1710 is actually not even at the lowest of this list, guys. So if you look at this, the LG Nexus 5, not even the Nexus 5X, but the Nexus 5, which came out back in like, what, 2012, 2013, has a better score than this as far as its multi-core score goes. And its single-core score, let's click that. We scored a 584, and again, the lowest device on here is again an LG Nexus 5, which is a phone from like 5 years ago. So I mean, you can kind of see or tell like what score this is. Let me just kind of go to my previous scores really quick, just so that we can kind of see if there's any correlation here. So as you can see here, on my old scores, the first score I did with this was January 15th, so I've had this phone since January. Wow. And again, its multi-core score scored about around 1700 consistently on the multi-core, but on the single-core scores, it scored a 1655 now, or 655, and then again another 655, and right now today, for whatever reason, with no apps running, a 584. So really not sure what's going on there. Again, I can't vouch for what's going on with the scores here or why it's benching so low. Again, other users will use other benchmarks. Let's see, should I lower the brightness here? Let's just lower the brightness all the way. That looks a lot better. But anyway, yeah. So again, you can see here that the score is relatively low. Would this deter people from actually buying this phone? I don't know. I can't tell you. So, having this phone for a couple months here, I'm very shocked at how this phone performs genuinely still after the 3 months. The only thing that I'm really not a fan of this phone is the fingerprint sensor in the back, and the fact that it's running it's not even running micro USB. It's running just a micro USB charging port. Other than that, though, should you buy this phone? That's up to the person that's really looking into the phone itself and their budget, obviously. So again, guys, this is Mike from B-Tech Reviews signing off here. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, well, then you can give it a thumbs down. As always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much.